Hi everyone, this is Peter Lyster on your new podcast called Pet Aversions of Travel. Have you been to a hotel while you travel and tried to operate the shower recess recently? And seen the 500 different poorly designed devices? What about the air conditioner? How many times have you sat there sweltering all night because you were too reluctant to call hotel help and figure out how to turn on the HVAC? I'm about to just give you a few hinters. My new podcast called Pet Aversions of Travel. Well, firstly, I'm in Lugano, and here's a view of the city. Sorry about the glare. Quite a beautiful place. Lugano is in that is southern Switzerland, near the border of Italy, and it's amazing how suddenly it's kind of warm, relatively, than the rest of Switzerland. And it just goes to show you how, I think that's looking north there, you can see at the distance one of the Alps. It sort of shows you how the Alps block the cold air from coming down from the north during winter, and not only that, but it also means that whatever cold air does get through the block descends and heats like a sirocco. But that's not the purpose of this podcast. I just wanted to make you feel envious that I'm here. No, I'm just kidding. I would never parlay in envy. Okay, let's just don't look too closely at my messy room. And let's take a look at the shower. Oh, the shower. I've seen 50 different incompetent designs this trip, but this one takes the cake. I am not angry. I am just telling you the facts, and you can do your own research. Okay, you have here the shower head, and here's where the water goes up to the shower head, and here's some device where you turn it on like this, and it all spits out, and then it's kind of noisy, but what you're going to see is me try 40 different ways to try to force the water up into the shower head. Okay, watch this. Watch. No dice. This podcast is dedicated to an old friend of mine, a dear old friend of mine, who first showed me this particular device on the trip to Europe 38 years ago. And every now and then I wonder about that. Together, with two PhDs, we were unable to figure out how to use this very device. And it got late at night and we didn't want to call the B&B lady. So that's it, no shower. Over the years I've thought about this and I just shake my head in disbelief at how poorly designed it was. But this time it's the middle of the day and I called the hotel guy and he came down and showed me how it works. And I shook my head in disgust and he laughed. And I'm sure he agreed with me. It's completely incompetent. So, I'm going to be quiet for a short while you all out there in my podcast, and remember, click below to sign up, Peter Lyster. Put your answers below. And I want you to be honest, put your answers before I show you the resolution. Okay, here's the resolution. I'm going to turn the water on and then I'm going to try to fiddle with it and then I'm going to do the trick. On, little trick. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. You have to take the shower head, bring it down, put it in the floor of the shower or some lower height, and then this magic little thing here pulls out and does the trick. And why does that work that way? Because there's less hydrostatic pressure and it's easier to operate the mechanism. You know, this kind of poor engineering is the reason why people won't believe scientists and engineers when they talk about climate change. I swear, it just reduces the public confidence in us. Well, let's look at Exhibit 2. The air conditioner. Or as they say in America, HVAC. Well, because there's a lot of sun, there's a lot of heat, so you really want a bit of cool here. And I had to go out yesterday and I said, how do you get cool? Because there was no cool. Make some room here. And he said, well, you move this left, or you move it right, or you move it in the middle, but you just move it and then you fiddle with this in some way. And then I looked at him and looked up. No cool air came out of it. And then he went over and he looked at this and he said, well, you click on the mode here and mode. And there are about, I don't know, let's exaggerate at least once, 500 different modes of operation of this damn thing. And what's more, there's even a little temperature setting, plus or minus. Great. It shows up on the dial there. It says 20 degrees or something. You might be able to see. I'm telling you the truth. This says 20 degrees, which is different than 15 degrees that it shows here. Which one takes precedence? Oh, I'm sure that the word precedence wasn't in the engineer's manual when they designed this. And as with the shower, the whole mechanism is different pretty well for every hotel and every city in Europe. And there you have it, my first transmission, dear listeners of the podcast Pet Aversion of Travel. Sign up below and I will no doubt put many programs on in the future and hope to make a million clear. Bye-bye.